Why? This is the question I ask myself when I think about the Tomb of Saints. Covenants are cool, okay? But if you decide to create an entire area dedicated to one of them, at least try to make it good, please. Right now this place is super short. You fight a bunch of rats, open a bunch of Pharaoh's door, and none of them are traps, trust me, and then you're already at the boss room. I was expecting some kind of catacombs like the ones in Dark Souls 3 for example, or the one in Dark Souls 1 for the matter, but no, it's just a few corridors with some graves and tombstones here and there, and a bunch of rats. None of them are cancerous, by the way. And then the boss. Okay, but well, let's talk about the boss. Fine. You enter a middle-sized room with rat statues everywhere. Okay, why not? You fight infinitely respawning super easy to fight rats. None of them are cancerous, by the way. Until the tough guy arrives. A punk rat. Or a rat with a mohawk. Call it whatever you want. This guy is a rat with tiny bit more health than a regular one. That's it. Like, you hit that guy 5 times and he's dead. What the fuck is this? It's not enough to be afraid at all. I feel like they should have swapped the Royal Rat Authority with this, cause this just isn't it. What? Come on! The area is an excuse to add a boss and a covenant, but they made the area super short and the boss laughably easy. Like, what the fuck? I can't even say the mechanics are interesting, cause the only mechanics here are rats respawning infinitely, which they reused in Dark Souls 3, and the Pharaoh's doors, which are not new. Pharaoh's doors are always funny, you know, but come on, there's nothing here. What's the point of making this area if you just... They could have just ditched a hole somewhere and put the freaking rat king there and that's it. No, they had to make this area and it's just, well, it's... I can't say it's bad, but I cannot really say it's good because it's nothing much in a remake. They should make this area proper catacombs before you drop out of it into the gutter below, because there's not even a point to making this area, honestly. Like, they could make this area sort of a maze, similar to Kali's Dungeons in Bloodborne, for example. It does not need to be gigantic, but at least make it worth it for us. As for the boss, maybe you could remove the Royal Rat Authority from the secret room in Pharaoh's door, because, by the way, why the hell is the Royal Rat Authority spawning or living in Pharaoh's door? That's just weird. Why is it there, you know? And you could replace it with a mammoth boss or a big dwarf boss, I guess. And instead of fighting the mohawk guy here in the Tomb of Saints, you could replace it with the Royal Rat Authority. Now, if you make the area longer with catacombs, so you can have infinitely respawning rats here and there if you want, you can add the mohawk guy, so the Royal Rat Vanguard, that's his name, here and there, but not just alone, you know? You had a bunch of mohawk guys all around the area, and they're like a stronger version of rats, like the giant rats in Dark Souls 3, basically, or in Elden Ring. They're the same enemies. And the boss of Tomb of Saints, could be the Royal Rat Authority, which means that instead of fighting the Royal Rat Authority when you're weaker and when it can absolutely destroy you, mainly because of the toxic rats, well, you add it in the Tomb of Saints, because usually people don't go to the Tomb of Saints early, usually. Some people are crazy enough to do that, but whatever. When you realize that the Tomb of Saints and the Gutter and Black Gulch are pretty easy area, well, if you want to do this at the start of the game, I guess you can buy the ring from the cat, from Shock War, and I guess it's doable, but most of the time people will wait for Gilligan to come back to Majula, so you can buy ladders from him, and since Gilligan is located in Earthfront Peak, you have to reach another Peak, and generally people don't go to Earthfront Peak very early on. So yeah, all of that to say, the Royal Rat Authority would make more sense if it was the boss of the Tomb of Saints. And since the room the Royal Rat Authority is contained in is pretty big, to add that room in the Tomb of Saints, you need to make the Tomb of Saints actually big enough for that room to fit in. And if you turn it into big catacombs, it could work. The fight could even be like a first phase where you fight a lot of weak rats, then a second wave where you fight 1 or 2 Royal Rat Vanguards, and then the first phase would be against the Royal Rat Authority, all by itself, no toxic little guy around him to make the fight, well, not toxic. Pun intended, by the way. This way you combine 2 bad bosses to make an okay boss. Right now, this place, as I said, it's not bad, it's not frustrating, but it's also not good. Like, there's no point to it, apart from the Covenant, I guess, and getting a bunch of souls. So I cannot really give this area more than 4 out of 10. I'm not giving it less because it's not, as I said, it's not bad, but it's not good. They really need to do something with this area in a remake. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you around. Bye!